Hi there. Today we are going to start our session. You, previously we have discussed, so far we discussed what is who is an entrepreneur and what are its challenges, what are micro, small and medium enterprises. All those we have done, and now we are going to discuss about the marketing, managing marketing and the growth of enterprises. Right? See, first of all, I would like to tell you what is marketing. Marketing means many people may think that marketing means just selling. So selling is not completely means marketing means not completely a selling. So marketing means it involves so many activities. It involves so many activities. So selling is a part of that. Selling is a part of that. Though selling is very important because all the enterprises were launched or established, or many products or goods services were being produced and delivered to the customers. So based upon this, okay. So now managing marketing and growth of enterprises, we are going to discuss uh, by knowing what is marketing. First of all, I told you selling is a part of marketing. So but many people may think that selling means marketing and marketing means selling. So I'll correct you that now. So marketing means getting and retaining the customers. Many others describe marketing means getting and retaining customers. So it is very important to get the customer, at the same time to retain the customer. So getting the customer is very important by doing so many means like promotions or uh, giving advertise many it means creating awareness in the customers through advertisement or through pamphlets or through different means. So again, methods of advertisement is again a different session. It's a lengthy session again. So by advertising about our product or a service, so we just take our product or service into the customer and make customers to buy our product. So if once they buy our product and if they are repeatedly buying our product, then we are succeeded in marketing. So marketing means getting and retaining the customers. Already existing customers should be retained. They should become loyal to our product. So once if they become loyal to our product, so it will be an asset to the company. So like how we can build the brand, so based upon that the reputation will be gained, and so many other benefits because of that. So getting and retaining the customers is very important task of an enterprise. So that's why we are now studying as a part of our entrepreneurship, and managing that marketing and how it leads to the growth of the enterprise. That's what we are going to study now. Okay. So before going to that, so we should know what is a service and what is a good, right? So our topic is essential marketing mix of services. So before going to that, before knowing about that, so we'll understand what is a service. Okay, what is a service? Service means how it is different from a good, right? What is a good? So if I ask you to give examples of a good, you may give many examples like books, pens, or where you are watching this recording session, means a smartphone or a laptop or a computer, anything it can be. All this we consider it as a good. Now, if I ask you to give me the examples of service, what is the what are the examples of a service, right? So now I can give you example like this. Now what I am doing to you, how I'm delivering a lecture to you, so that comes under a service. So now you will find the difference between a good and a service. Good means which you can see and which you can touch, whereas service which you cannot see and which you cannot touch, only you can feel it or only you can experience it. So that is the difference between a good and a service. So all this marketing or marketing mix is very easy when we compare with the services, right? uh, Means because of its characteristics, because of its features like its tangibility, its separability, its homogeneity. So like how, uh, but whereas in case of services, the characteristics are very different when we compare with the goods, like intangibility, inseparability, heterogeneity, and perishability. All these are the characteristics of the services. So going into that, going into the services, so we should understand first of all what are the characteristics of service. To understand the service marketing mix framework, you have to understand the nature of the service first. Okay, we have to understand the nature of the service, means how it will be, right? So the characteristics of the services are, the first characteristic is intangibility, inseparability, also we call it as simultaneity. Okay, and the third is heterogeneity. We call it as variability. Also, we call it as variability and perishability. These are the major characteristics of a service. Intangibility, right? Inseparability, heterogeneity, and perishability. So, what is intangibility? Tangibility means, first of all, the basic difference between a good and a service. So now I'll just distinguish good and a service here itself, so that you can answer for characteristics of a good or characteristics of a service, or distinguish between a good and a service also. So intangibility means tangible. First of all, you have to understand what is tangible. Tangible means which you can see and which you can touch. Intangibility means which you can't see and which you can't touch. So this is the basic difference between a good and a service. Good means you can physically you can see it and you can touch it, whereas service physically you can't do that. So just you have to experience it. That is the first feature of a service, intangible in nature. So the service cannot be touched or viewed. It is difficult for the clients to tell you in advance what they are getting. So that is very important. You have to notice over here. Now I'm giving the lecture, right? So what you are going to understand, or what kind of knowledge you are going to get over here, can you guess? No, you can't. You can't predict in advance. You can't tell it in advance. So that is what the intangibility. Okay. So now you know you are going to listen to a lecture. You just know that. But what you are going to get, you can't estimate or you can't tell it in advance. But suppose if you buy a good, you know what you are buying and what you are going to get. In case of service, if you are buying a service, you don't know what you are going to get. Okay, right? So clients, it is very difficult for the clients to tell in advance that what they are getting. That is the first characteristic of a service. And the next one is inseparability. Separability means which you can separate from a person. But here the feature of a service is inseparability, which you can't separate from a person. Say example, if you are buying a good, you can separate from the person, or it can be separated from you, or it can be separated from the person who bought it. But whereas service, it cannot be separated. Example, suppose if you bought a phone, if you buy a phone, then it can be, you can lose that phone, right? So that's why so many thefts, all these things were happening. But now I am delivering the lecture, so can that lecture can be delivered from that lecture can be separated from you, means when you understand my lecture, so you'll have that knowledge, it cannot be separated from you. So that is intangibility, intangible in nature. Services are intangible in nature. The service is being produced, at the same time the client is receiving. Whenever it is produced, means there won't be any kind of processing again. Once it is delivered, once it is being delivered by the people, or it will be received by the client. Okay, the service is being produced, at the same time the client is receiving. That is inseparability. And next one is heterogeneity. Hetero means different or not same. Homogeneity means same. Suppose if you see in case of goods, if you are producing products, if you are manufacturing soaps, same kind of soaps you may manufacture, means all your unit, if one unit is producing one type of a soap, So all that batch will be of same, means the products, the output will be same. Now I'm delivering the lecture. So you different, your all your classmates, you people are nearly 60 people were listening to this lecture. So 60 people may receive in different manner. 60 people may understand this lecture in different manner. So that is heterogeneity. Same lecture I'm delivering to all 60 people, but the understand according to their understanding level, or according to their geographical factors or demographical factors. So their understanding levels or their perception, or according to the concentration they pay. So based on that, the the concept what they are getting will be different from one person to another person. That would be called as heterogeneity. Suppose if I give you the notes, all people will get the same notes. If I'm giving the lecture, all people may get different different means they'll understand the concept in different manner. So that is nothing but a heterogeneity, the difference between homogeneity and heterogeneity. So in case of goods, you will get homogeneity. In case of services, you will get heterogeneity. Services involve people, and people are different. So they'll have a different kind of things, different kind of possibilities, and different kind of inquiry levels. So based on that, people may understand, and based on that, people may perform. So that would be called as heterogeneity. And next, perishability. Perishable means, so in less time, it is going to vanish, right? So durable means which is going to stand for more time, or which is going to be there for more time. The span would be more. In perishable, the span will be less. So it is perishable in nature. The services will be in perishable in nature, which you can't store it, right? So the services cannot be stored. Once if it is produced, it should be directly received by the client. So it cannot be saved or stored for future use. So that's why we are calling it as perishable. So unused capacity cannot be stored for future. Example, suppose if you want to just if you have booked an airline service to travel from one place to another place, so you have to use it at that time. Otherwise, you transfer that service from one flight to another flight? No. So you can't. So that would be the example for that. So these are all the characteristics: intangible, inseparable, heterogeneity, and perishable. So all these are the characteristics, so which play a major role in marketing mix. Okay. So these are all the features of a service: intangible, inseparable, heterogeneity, and perishable. And what would be the characteristics of goods? Tangibility, separability, heterogeneity, and durability. So those are the characteristics of a good. Each of these characteristics play a major role in service marketing mix. So now we are going to the topic of marketing mix. Marketing mix means, any idea regarding this marketing mix? What is marketing? In the beginning of the session, I explained you marketing means getting and retaining the customers, right? So in marketing mix, it can be uh, framed as 4P framework. 4Ps. We can call it as 4Ps. Okay, 4Ps for a product, whereas 7Ps for a service. So let us know what are the 4Ps for a product and what are the 4Ps for a service. So the first P for both product and service, or good and a service, is product. The first P is product. The second P is pricing. Third P is place. Fourth one is promotion. Let us know first of all these 4 P's, then we go for 7 P's. The first P is product. What is a product? Product means here either it can be a good or a service. It is applicable for both. Suppose if you want to sell a good or a service, you should clearly explain what your product is or what your service is. what are the features of that. So when you buy it, what you will get, what would be the output, right? So though a service is intangible in nature, heterogeneous in nature, perishable in nature, so also it is inseparable in nature. Based upon these characteristics, you should try to emphasize, or you should try to uh, make customers to understand the need of the product or the need of a service. Hence there is a scope for customizing the offering as per customer requirements. See, if it is in case of services, you can customize it according to the customer. You have to provide the service. Suppose in case of product, in case of goods, that also can be customized. uh, Whereas in services, customers expect more in customization of product or customization of delivery of the service. So you should concentrate, all the enterprises should concentrate on customizing the offerings as per the customer requirements, and act customerly, or actually what actually customer encounter, therefore assumes particular significance. However, much customization would compare the standard delivery of the service, and also sometimes it would affect the quality of the product, in the sense both goods and the services. If you are keep on customizing, or if you are keep on delivering the goods what customer expects, so that would increase the brand building, that would increase the loyalty of the customers at the same time. So sometimes it may not be possible to deliver in such manner. So considering all those factors, so product is an important marketing mix. Both in the case of goods and services, you need to concentrate on how to take that product into the customers by using its features or its characteristics. Next one is pricing. We all know price plays an important role in purchase of good or a service. In countries like India, in our country, so people may concentrate more on pricing rather than on product or place or promotion or people or some other thing. Price, not only in India, in so many countries, in majority of the population will concentrate on the price, because so price is a major contributing factor either to buy a product or not to buy a product, right? See here, pricing in case of services is very tough when we compare with a good. In case of good, it is very not very easy. It would be easy. It would be easy for you to know what exactly the cost, then what would be your profit, and what would be your price. So you can easily ascertain your cost, your raw material cost, your labor cost, or transportation cost, or some other cost like fixed cost, variable cost, opportunity cost, explicit, implicit, all these costs. By considering all these costs, so they'll ascertain what is the actual cost of the product plus how much percentage they want, and then finally they'll fix the price. Whereas service, you can't you can't easily ascertain the cost of production of that service. So it is very difficult. And sometimes, so people may think that services are overrated, the prices of services are overrated. So that that thing has to be removed in the minds of the customer. So whenever you're fixing price for your good or a service, all these things has to be considered. Especially in case of services, you should remove all kind of unnecessary things that are in the brain of the customer, right? Suppose if you example, I'll just give you an example, like if you are going for a restaurant, you are not only charged for the food, but also you'll be charged for all the things that are provided to you, like ambience, or means the courtesies they are following over there, or how they are serving you, or what kind of environment they are maintaining. So all these things plays an important role whenever you're fixing the price, right? Means in short, if you are in short, we can say that services give more priority to the ambience, right? So so that would be the pricing. And coming to place, place is where you are selling your goods, right? Since service delivery is concurrent with its production and cannot be stored or transported, that is an important thing. In case of goods, so you can select a place or which is nothing but an outlet where you can sell your goods. Since every delivery is concurrent with its production and cannot be stored or transported, all these services, so the location of service product is a very important thing. So service providers has to give special thoughts as to where the service is provided. So that is that factor you need to remember well. So service providers has to give a special thought, means the one who is providing that service, so means the one who is get contact with the customer to in order to deliver the service, so that we need to consider special thought as where the service is provided, right? Next, and here in just adding a point to this place, so outskirts of the city or noisy areas, all these things has to be considered. Suppose if you want to if your enterprise is a holiday resort, then your suitable place would be not a noisy area of a city, it would be outskirts of a city. Suppose if you are um, if you are running a restaurant, then if you just uh, select a place like where accessibility is very less, so many people may not show interest in order to come and to see all the things over there in your restaurant. So these factors plays an important role, what kind of service you are going to provide, and based on that your location should be selected. And next one is promotion. Promotion means, so just creating an awareness about your product or service, your good or service in the minds of the customers is nothing but promotion. It can be of many ways. Majority, the first major people or major enterprises may concentrate on advertising in order to create awareness. So it can be through print media or through electronic media or through social media, it can be anything, the promotion. But it is difficult in case of service to promote, because in case of good you can explain all the features of the product or something offers, some kind of offers you can. But in case of services, all these offers or all these uh, tricks what you follow in order to attract the customer may not work out, because services, majority of the people may give more priority, or uh, they'll concentrate on more factors whenever they are selecting a service. Suppose take an example of a doctor or a hospital. Whenever they are choosing a hospital, so they no, it won't be based on the advertisement that give, or it won't be based on the offers you provide, or it won't be based on the consultation fees. It will be based on certain aspects like references from their friends or from their family members, or through word of mouth publicity, positive word of mouth. So all these things plays a major role in case of a hospital. So considering that, promotion should be dependent based upon what kind of service you are providing to the customer, your promotion should be changed. And one more thing is, promotion also plays an important role. All these mixes will play an important role. So but it is a source for, it is source for an enterprise to create awareness or to attract the customers in order to uh, buy your product or a service. Next one is, these are the 4 P's that we are uh, using in case of product and a service: product, pricing, place, promotion. These are the 4 P's. Now, in case of services, along with these 4, we are extending it to 7. That is people, process, and physical evidence. So these 3 also very important. Uh, people. People means, here the people are the one who deliver the service to the customers. People are the defining factor in a service delivery process. Since a service is inseparable from a person providing it, so they play a crucial role or they play a major role. So suppose if you go for a salon, example, you go for a salon or you go for a restaurant. Suppose if the people who receive over there are not that much soft spoken or well mannered, then how you feel? Or next time, would you like to visit that place again? So no, you won't visit, or you may change your thoughts, or you may change your perception. So like how people play a major role in delivering the service. So whenever you are choosing people, in case of services, whenever you are choosing people who deliver this delivery process, so you should concentrate whom you are selecting. You should select according to the service that you are providing, right? And next one is process. Process means here people means who deliver the process. Process means process of how, here how they are delivering it, how they are delivering it. The process of service delivery is crucial since it ensures that the same standard of service is repeatedly delivered to the customer. Most companies have a service blueprint. Most companies have a service blueprint which provides the details of the service delivery process, often going down to even defining the service script and greeting places. All these things also to be considered, including the service staff. The process of service delivery plays a crucial role, right? How you are delivering your services. And in order to deliver the service, majority of the companies will have a structure how it should be delivered from one to one or from to one to one, one to one. In case of goods, suppose if you see the process, usually the process of delivery of goods, it can be of one level, two level, three level, like means intermediaries involved between a manufacturer and the customer can be one level, two level, and three level. Means like wholesaler, retailer, or in between an intermediary. So all these won't be involved in the case of services. Means intermediaries won't be involved, right? The service delivery person is the major source in order to deliver service to the customer. So the process of this service delivery is an important, and it should have a blueprint of that. And next one is physical evidence. Physical evidence is an important factor, is because what are the features of service? The features of service are intangible, inseparable, heterogeneity, and perishability. So how can you create an evidence? How can you give kind of assurance to the customers? By using physical evidence. You have to provide a physical evidence to the customers. See, in order to attract the customer, you can't show your service. You can't uh, promote by showing your service, or by just showing a process, or just by showing the people. You have to attract the customer by giving some kind of physical evidence, like ambience. Suppose if you are running a restaurant, the ambience that you maintain or the environment that you maintain, so all these will give you physical evidence to the customers so that they'll attract. Since services are intangible in nature, most service providers will concentrate on these elements, physical evidence, because physical evidence is the one which you provide tangible things to the customers. So as the service is intangible one, so what they can see or what they can touch, the environment, or the where they are staying, or where they are where they are getting delivered by the service, or people whom they are uh, getting the service from. So all these are, this is the physical evidence that you are giving to the customer. So it is very important, physical evidence. So though it is intangible in nature, you have to create certain elements which are tangible, and which you have to make customers to attract and making to buy our service, right? So here I just mentioned some examples. So hair salons, if they have well designed waiting areas or magazines, good sofas, so all these things will uh, make them to feel comfortable during their waiting time. So like how restaurants, in case if you invest more on interior designs, decorations, so that waiting time can be uh, we can convert that waiting time by of the customers by observing all these interior designs or decorations, by just sometimes they may feel the richness in the interior designs and the decorations. So these are all the features of the marketing mix. These are all the piece that we are going to use in order to market our service. So they are product, pricing, place, promotion, additionally people, process, and the physical evidence. So these seven are used in order to promote our service, in order to uh, just take our service into the customers. So in this session, we have discussed about the features of the service and marketing mix of the service, along with the features of the good and distinguishing between a good and a service, and also the marketing mix of a good and a marketing mix of service. So I think you are clear with this session. So in the next session, we can discuss about we can discuss about the key factors and some kind of cost, how we are costing it and how we are pricing it. All these things we discuss in the next session. Thank you.